Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brittany. As you see, Makeup by Brittany Monique. And today, this video is about online dating experiences. Okay, so I have a few experiences I would like to show you or share with you, but I'm gonna probably do like different parts. So, as we all know, I'm pretty sure a lot of us know, online has pretty much taken over the world. Turned 31 this year, and this has been a norm since I was in high school. I would say closer to like the end of high school. Online dating has pretty much taken over, I guess, like just the normal way of communicating with people and meeting new people, whether it's people within your city, your country. Hell, you could even meet someone from a different continent. It's just amazing how technology and internet has really changed how we go on about our day-to-day lives. It's funny because I remember back in the day when I was in high school. Yeah, back in high school, like our teachers would always tell us, do not meet with random people or strangers that you don't know that you met offline because you just never know what can happen, your safety, this, and that. Now it's just like it's a new norm. I think it just really comes down to common sense. For myself, I've been on different sites. I think the first site was this was like back in the day. So Toronto, because I live in Toronto, so born and raised in Toronto, and there was a site called T dot wire. T dot freaking wire. And you know what's the funny thing? I'm still friends with one of the people that I met from T dot wire. It probably is the only person who I'm still like cool with since T dot wire. Oh my god, that was just like so old. Yeah. Wow, I feel old. Um but yeah, T dot wire. There was Black Planet. I don't even know if Black Planet still even exists. Um, I'm even thinking about like the different usernames that I used to use. I had some really interesting names. I think I had Island Gal. Please do not look it up because I'm pretty sure I deleted my accounts. I'm not sure, but I had Island Gal. Yeah, and I think I had Princess Junior Gong. So Princess is one thing, but Junior Gong, for those who may not know, I'm pretty sure people know the Marley family. And when I say the Marley family, I mean Bob Marley and his family. And one of his sons named Damian Marley. Gorgeous man, beautiful, love him, an amazing artist as well. His nickname is Junior Gong, and I had like a huge obsession with him back then because I think that's when he came up with the song "Welcome to Jamrock." Oh my gosh, those are big tunes, but God, this is like a nostalgic video. But yeah, so I had a huge obsession with them, so that's why I call myself a Princess Junior Gong. It's sad, but but like I said, do not search. I don't think it's there. I pray to God it's not there. Like, I don't even know my password. Ugh, whatever. Anywho. But yeah, so I had a T Wire, I had Black Planet, I had Meet blackpeoplemeet.com, I think. Yeah, blackpeoplemeet.com. I had was it eHarmony or Match? Lord. The struggles, man, the struggles. Um And then I feel like I even signed up. Do not ask me why. This is kind of, I don't know why I'm saying this, but I even signed up on like this one where it's like mainly Ghanaian people, biggest of my Ghanaian people. But it was just like a bunch of dudes that looked like they could have been my uncles. Like, no, what the hell am I doing here? Let me get out. And like when I say I was out, you know that SpongeBob meme? I'm a head out. That's what it was basically. Like I signed up because I was just curious. I don't even know the damn name. I just Googled it randomly. It was just so weird. But yeah, so I was just in and I was out. As soon as I saw them, like these dudes could look like they could be my uncles, I was like, I'm out of here. So I deleted that shit real quick. Um and then after that, I think I've tried. Is there any other ones? Yeah, the only other ones that I have tried were Princess Lord. That name is still stuck in my head. POF, which is Plenty of Fish. I think I've tried Hinge. Hinge is like the latest one that I've seen popping up on my Instagram. My account probably still exists, but I only been on it like for one day and then that was it. I was just like this app is pretty stupid. Like I don't like it at all. But yeah, POF and then Tinder. Um, the most success that I had, well, success that I've had were with POF and Tinder. Yeah, POF and Tinder. Um, with POF, I don't like POF because of the fact that I don't know, the people up there, the people on that page or on that app, they look like serial killers. I'm not even kidding. Like they look like serial killers. Like I'm not trying to die. Not anytime soon. Like I wouldn't even trying to die in the first place. But I'm just like, no, they look creepy as hell. They look creepy as hell. And it's just like, but it's funny because I had two relationships out of that app, which is like, okay, they were not successful, of course, because I'm single. But yeah, yeah, I've done that, and I've also, and then Tinder. Tinder's Tinder. Honestly, Tinder is just Tinder. Um, there's been a few times where I've like deleted the app and then I reactivated and then I deleted and then activated. It's just like a whole hot mess. Um, the thing with POF is that what I like is, okay, I'm pretty sure all of us have, we have certain preferences. And one thing with me is I love my black men. I love my black men. They're gorgeous, they're beautiful, they're strong, they're amazing. And that's what I like. That's what I like. And with POF, I like the fact that you can tailor your search or you can tailor down the messages that you get from different users. So when I say that, I mean you could put in age range, you could do distance between you and other users. You can do like religion, I believe, race, and height. Yeah, I believe, yeah, you can do that. So I like the fact that I could like control, I have more control on what I'm looking for and what kind of messages that I'm getting. You can also, you can also tailor down the, what do you call it? The message. So the messages that you get, it has to have like a certain amount of characters. Yeah. Because a lot of times people will just say hi and it's like, hi. Like, no, I want a message. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me a little introduction. People have their own preference, but yeah. So that's the only good thing that I could say about POF. When it comes to Tinder, Tinder is, it's kind of fun in a way because it's like, ooh, get swipe left, swipe right, swipe right. So if you're not familiar with Tinder now, Tinder, you see someone's profile, you swipe left, that means you're not interested. You swipe right, it means that you're interested. If both of you have swiped right, so say if for whatever, for instance, I'll say Serge Ibaka. Serge, oh god, that man is so beautiful. Serge Ibaka, Toronto Raptors, that man is so beautiful. Say if I saw his picture and I swipe right, and then he saw my picture and he swiped right, then that means we're a match. So once we're a match, then that's when we can actually continue to get to know each other, actually communicate. If you are not a match with anyone, then you cannot communicate. So I like that. Yeah, that's one thing I like because in a way you have control on who you get to message with. Um, but the only thing is they don't do the whole like, filtering the options that you see. So you can filter with age and distance, I believe, but you can't do that with race. And the thing is, with me living in Toronto, is a very multicultural city, and where I live, like in my area, I born and raised, grew up in an area where it's Italians, Filipinos, and Jews. I love my peoples, but I also like to see some chocolate too. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I need to see some chocolate. I need to see some flavor. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see some seasoning. I don't know if that's right to say. But, yeah, that's just me. So, that's the only thing with Tinder that I don't like, is that you can't really, do that. So, um, yeah, that I would say I am just not too much of a fond of, or a fan of. I'm not too fond of. That's what I meant. Yeah. You know, getting old, sometimes you mix your words together. Sometimes you forget certain words. Yeah, it comes with age. But yeah, that's just how I feel about that. I feel that, you know, with dating nowadays, it's a bit hard. It's hard. It's single life is hard, but you know, at the same time, it's very important um to know your worth. It's important to know what you're willing to tolerate, what you're not willing to tolerate, but that also links to down to worth, knowing your worth. Just it's a process. It's definitely a process, just because it's like there's so many people out there. I met a lot of people. I met a lot of people, but when I say I met a lot of people, it doesn't mean that I actually met them in person. It could have just been conversations that I had online with people, and it just never flourished into anything. But when it comes to online dating, in a way, it's kind of fun and exciting for me. You know, I say that because, you know, there's so many people on this earth, and especially in your city, hell, even in your own like area, and you just never see them because we're all on the go. We're all on the go, 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 you know, especially in the city where it's just very fast paced. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely, it can definitely be a struggle. It could be a bit, what's that word? You could feel a bit discouraged sometimes, because it's just like, especially if you know that you have a good heart and you have genuine intentions and you just want to find that person who just, where you guys just match and you guys click and, you know, just on the same path. It's, you know, it's hard to find that, because nowadays a lot of people either don't have the time, or they just got a relationship, or they yeah, just got a relationship, or they're just finding themselves, or they need to prioritize themselves, and this and that. And it's just always something. It's always something. And you know, I'm not saying that I've never been there too myself. There's been times when I thought I was ready for a relationship and I realized that I just wasn't ready. Or I felt like, oh yeah, you know, I like this person, but it's just like there's just certain things that you're just not willing to settle for, you know? And I feel like when you know more of yourself and know more of what you want and what you feel that is important to be or to have in a relationship, um, it kind of makes it easier to cut off like dead ends, I would say. I feel that it's very important to ask questions and be very specific about these questions. Don't, you know, sugarcoat or whatever. Be straightforward about it. Let them know. Because the thing is, sometimes I swear, like, people nowadays will say, oh, well, you never asked me this. Hello? Like, for example, one time, this is years ago, before my last two relationships, there's this guy that I met, and I remember I was at a bus stop, and he pulled up to a gas station. He was about to fill in his tank, and he was fine as hell. I'm not gonna lie, he was fine as hell. Like, he looked like he could have been part of Jodeci. Like, that man was so fine. But yeah, this is one thing I would not do. Wait, did he come up to me? Actually, he did come up to me. No, because I thought he called me over and I went over because that's what I was gonna say. If the guy ever did that now, no, like, if you want to talk to me, you come to me. What the hell am I coming to you for? No, but he came up to me and asked for my number. Well, like we talked just for like a few minutes, and then he took my number, and then what was it? We met up one time. He picked me up. And then I remember we went to Yorkdale. Yorkdale is a mall in Toronto. And what was it? He had to park. He said he had to get something in his trunk. So I was like, okay. And, sorry. He had to park. So when he went to the trunk, my ass decided, oh, just a little curious. I'm like looking, and I'm like, oh, okay, da da da. I looked down, and I saw this little thing. I'm like, what the hell is this? And he pulled up. It was a hat. I was like, and I'm like, this is a bit smaller than an adult's head or adult size. So I looked at the tag. The tag said children's place. I'm like, what? Children's place. So I'm like, oh, okay. I put it back down. He comes back to the front. And I was like, hey, just curious. I'm like, whose hat is this? And he's like, it's my son's. I'm like, so when he said, oh, it's my son's, I'm like, your son? I was like, oh, so you have a child? And he's like, yeah, I do. I'm like, so why didn't you tell me? He's like, well, you never asked. I never asked. Boy, if I said to you, tell me about yourself. Being a father is about yourself. Having kids is about yourself. What you mean I never freaking asked you? I didn't have to ask you directly. So that's what I'm saying. Like, people, you need to ask very specific questions, honestly. So then you have more of an idea of where that person is at in their life, what their intentions are. And unfortunately, there are people out there who will sugarcoat their answers or, not be fully honest with you. And then it's like, as time passes, that's when certain things start to come out. It happens, but it's always best to be more direct when it comes to your questions and what your intentions are, because then that person will see or have an idea of what your intentions are with the type of questions that you're asking them. You get what I'm saying? Pay attention to red flags. Honestly, pay attention to red flags. Just because you like that person, just because, oh my God, this guy's holding doors for me. Oh my gosh, he's so good looking. Oh my gosh, he has such a good job. Oh my gosh, he has his own place. Don't mean shit. That doesn't mean shit. What? No, that doesn't mean shit at all. And one thing I remember I saw it, or two things that I saw, or no, one thing that I saw, I remembered, it was talking about red flags. It was a post on Instagram, and this one girl that I actually follow, she said, don't color the red flag white, which is perfect because it's so true. Like, don't color the red flag white. If you see something, you take note of that. If you feel that, you know what, red flag, I'm out. All right, you're out. Or if you feel like, all right, you need like you want to ask certain questions just to have a more of a clarity, do that too. You know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid to ask questions or let them know that, like, listen, this is a concern for me. I don't know how I feel about this or whatever. And then go from there. You can judge it by off of how you feel. You can judge it by off of how they react. You can judge it by off of, if they may change certain things or if they're making certain changes and they're being consistent with it. But pay attention to red flags. If there are certain red flags that you notice in the beginning, and for whatever reason later on down the line you guys broke up, there's a good chance that the reason why you guys broke up was because it was related to those red flags that you noticed in the beginning that you did not tackle on in the beginning. And it's true. It is so true. It is so true. I feel like when it comes to online dating, it has its pros and cons. It has its pros and cons no matter what app that you're on and this experiences. I would say when it comes to online dating, pros is you get to meet people that you never thought you would have met. You could end up forming awesome friendships with people. You might be able to reconnect with someone who you used to talk to or who you used to date back in the day. You know, you could end up reconnecting with people who you went to school with and you lost touch for whatever reason. You could end up, I don't know, maybe some kind of like opportunity, like a job opportunity. It's just anything, you know? And it's it can be exciting because you just don't know what to expect. That's the thing. You just don't know what to expect. Cons, I would just say, you know, there's catfishers. Oh Lord, have mercy. I have to do a video on catfish because I've been catfished a couple times in my time. And yeah, I definitely have to do a catfish video. Oh yes, I'm gonna do a catfish video, sorry. But cons, people just not being genuine. There's people out there who will catfish you. People out there who will not be straightforward. And it can actually be emotionally and mentally draining just because it's like, you know, sometimes you meet people and they turn out not to be the person who you thought they were. Sometimes they ghost. Yeah, sometimes they ghost on you. Sometimes, you know, things are going well and then something is said or happened and then it's just like, what the hell? Like, you're saying all these nice things and all of a sudden you're gone. Like, you know, it can definitely be a bit draining. I will definitely say that. Just take it easy. Honestly, just take it easy, take it day by day. And you'd rather for something to happen at the right time than to go into something just because at the wrong time. You get what I'm saying? Thanks for watching. Be sure to follow me on Instagram, like, share, comment, and subscribe. And you are more than welcome to share your experience in the comments section and, you know, share your experience when it came to online dating. I'm pretty sure a lot of us have very similar stories. Some stories may be a bit more extreme than others, but hey, you know, we're still alive. We made it through 2019, so hopefully 2020 will be better for us. Okay, so hope you guys have a great one. I'm actually going out myself. No, it's not a date. Um, but yeah, hope you guys have a great one, and I'll see you guys soon. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and pray part 2 is gonna come soon. Okay,